القرآن الكريم أيضا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله قولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما صدق الله العلي العظيم. ويقول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في أحاديث اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئات الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. ورسول الله عليه وسلم صدق. وبعد عباد الله يا أيها المسلمون يا أيها المؤمنون اتقوا الله اتقوا الله اتقوا الله. The most important advice the creator of mankind, the creator of the universe, the creator of the world has given to mankind since the dawn of time. Ittaqullah. Fear Allah as He ought to be feared. Know your creator Allah and worship and obey Him as He ought to be worshipped. This is the best advice and the best warning since the dawn of time that our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. And He reminds us through these three ayats that we have heard millions of times over once we have been attending Jummah throughout the world, from the various members throughout the world. Every Friday, many khatibs, many massages throughout the world reminds us of this advice and this warning that we need to believe. Allah reminds us in the very first part of the ayah, Ya ayyuhal azina amanu ittaqullah haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. Or you who believe, you say you believe in Allah, you say you recognize Allah as your Lord, as your Creator, as the one who ought to be obeyed and worshipped, then ittaqullah. Fear Allah as you ought to be feared, and die not except that you are worshipping Allah and that you are serving Him and that you are Muslim. It continues in the very same tone in the next ayah, and which case He advises mankind, Ya ayyuhan nas ittaqullah. Fear your Lord who has created you from one being, and from that being made many tribes and nations that we may know each other. And in the third ayah here, He reminds us, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, the believers that in been addressed, ittaqullah wa qulu qawlan sadida, and speak words that are true. So this is the best advice that we can get from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until the end of time. But there is also the best favor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. And what is that favor? As He has outlined in Surah Ahzab in verse 71. يقول قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم وَمَن يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. And that is the best favor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, with hope, the best hope for the maghfirah, the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That forgiveness where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks to us and said, يَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ, that He will forgive us dhunub, our sins. يَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ وَيُدْخِلْكُمْ جَنَّةً, and He will enter us into a Jannah. وَمَا يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, and for those who obey Allah and the Rasul, وَمَا يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا, that He will grant you what? Success. So what is it are we striving for? Three things there. Worship Allah as we ought to be worshipped with the fear that He deserves. Getting the maghfirah, the forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Rasul has demonstrated the best to walk the face of the earth. He said that even he was not guaranteed or assured without the mercy of Allah that we will enter Jannah. And that success after getting the mercy and the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enter the Jannah comes from the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these three things is alone is enough for us to take home today if we have not taken anything. I just wanted to preface my khutbah today with these three mercies, these three warnings, these three blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now as we begin to look at the message today, I want us to wake up, smell the coffee, smell the roses, smell that take on the cool breeze, feel the warmth of the sunlight, experience the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are alive today. The year 2022 is about to end. There are some who started the year with us and are here with us today. And who knows who will be here to witness the coming of 2023. We live in a country that is governed along the lines of the solar calendar, so we respect that. The sun is one of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as is the moon. And the moon follows the sun. So the sun comes out with its brightness, and there are those who calculate the time based on the sun. So we have the solar calendar, which is coming to an end for 2022. The lunar calendar has gone, and we are into the 6th month of the lunar calendar. So we are the month of Jumada al-Thani, the 6th month. In just roughly 2 months, we will be beginning in the month of Ramadan. So we have the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, and then Ramadan. The month which Allah has dedicated to taqwa, as I mentioned in the beginning. So we are coming to the end, and it's time for us to stop, pause for a cause, and do the reality check. We are living in a world which over 8 billion people. A world that is populated with over 8 billion. And how many trillions is under the ground? We don't know. Allah Ta'ala. How many trillion has died and gone? In this world today, we look at the creation of Allah and the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us today, that He didn't give the believers of the past. The blessings, the knowledge, the understanding, the advancement that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, neither him nor his companions, nor those prophets who came before him had. And Allah could have given them that. Simple technology of the cell phone, simple technology of rocket to the moon, advancement in medicines and so on. So we have all these technologies and all these advancements and all these mercies and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us ask ourselves the question then. Where are we in the world that we live in today in regards to where we should be, or we ought to be, or should have been, or hope to be? With all these advancements, with all this knowledge, with all this technology and everything that Allah has blessed us, are we at a place where we are better than those who are before us? Reality check number one. And some of our brothers and sisters who are listening to me may be better able to understand this than some of our young. Look at the past. Today, our houses, look at the houses that we live in. Huge, humongous houses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. How many toilets and baths and kitchen and dining room and what have you. But the size of the family, very small, maybe 2 or 3. Sometimes days, weeks, months goes by, we may not visit some of the rooms, we may not use some of the rooms, we may not use some of the facilities that we have. The quality of our family lives leaves a lot to be desired. As the past, we had very small homes built out of dirt or board. You had 14, 15 children, sometimes extended family living in a home. But the family unit was a family. The families were well connected. Family life was something that was very respected. We knew each other, our hearts were closely attached to each other. But we have advanced, and we now have big homes. But our family life lives lots to be desired. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in Surah Al-Nisa, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسْأَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ. Fear Allah as you ought to be afraid of, and be mindful of the womb that bore you. Be mindful of your family ties. Be mindful of the relationship. And we're not talking about distance relationship. We're talking about brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and grandmas and grandpas and aunties and so on. And we move on with our reality check. We see that medicine has progressed so much. There's so much advancement with medicine. Today you can take a little probe and enter into your veins and channel up to your heart and to your kidneys and wherever. So much advancement in medicine. Yet still, we saw in the recent pandemic, millions of lives being lost. And the pandemic continues to take millions of lives. And the quality of health care is lots to be desired. Right next door in Venezuela, in Colombia, in the Far East is India, and other parts of the world, health care is a challenge. But yet mankind had advanced in sort of robotic technology and all what sort of advancement in medicine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us through Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam of two ni'amatan, two bounties that Allah has blessed us with. Our health and our faragh, our sihat and our spare times. What are we doing with our quality and our health? What are we doing with the health that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us? tomorrow is not guaranteed for any one of us. And we continue with our reality check in our world today. Man has reached the moon. We have reached out into the galaxies of the moon, exploring the moon and exploring the space. But right here, we don't know who our next door neighbors are or what they're experiencing. There are people who live in apartment buildings. They may be astronauts, they may be doctors, they may be lawyers and teachers and so on. They may be exploring medicine, they may be flying the galaxies, they may be sailing submarines and what have you. But the next door neighbor, they don't know their names. They don't know if they're sick. They don't know if they're ailing or what are the conditions or who they are. We stand in salah next to each other, but we don't know each other. We enter the masjids, we make our salah, we leave. We don't know who came, who left. We don't know who is missing this week from next week. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, Yadullah bil jama'ah. The hands of Allah is with the jama'ah. We come to the masjid, we leave the masjid, we don't know who came, who left. We don't know if they're coming back next week. Where is the akhuwah? Where is the brotherhood? Where is the sisterhood? We did not see the sister today, we did not see this brother today. Brother, I didn't see you for Jummah. You alright? Everything okay? But we have reached the moon. Reality check number 4. This amazed me when I read this. We have so much intelligence today. And it is very, very real in Trinidad, where education is free, or to some extent. We have many people graduating with degrees, first degrees, second degrees, MPhil, PhDs, and what have you. But no common sense. No common sense. As my grandfather used to remind me, common sense made before book sense. We all rushing to play some things and to speak as if we know everything. You sit down in a meeting, everybody know everything. But no wisdom. Do not know when to shut up or when to speak. There's an old English proverb that says, think before you ink. But today we find that people are quick to be the first to post up in WhatsApp and Facebook and this book and that book and that. Everybody wants to be the first to do it. No common sense, no wisdom, no intelligence, no hikmah. Always putting our foot in our mouth before thinking. Today, our knowledge base of people, everybody knows somebody. I know Dr. So-and-so, I know the lawyer, I know the judge, I know the engineer, I know the contact, I have contact inside this place, I have contact. We know everybody. But what's the reason for knowing them? What's the reason for knowing such a person? Because we want something from them? Or we want to know them so that we can have a meaningful relationship with this person? The knowledge of someone, whatever his position is, know the person for who they are, or know the person for what you can benefit. The difference in knowledge of knowing people. Today, our friendship and friend list has increased tremendously. You check your contact, your phone contact, hundreds of contacts, hundreds of friends, but loyalty of friends have decreased. In the past, someone is your friend, you could put your head on the block for them without any thought. Today we have friendship and friend list. Brother, I need a drop. Brother, my car break down. Brother, I have no food in the house. Sister, I need somebody to listen to me. It's then you know who your friends are. Then you know the loyalties. But if you open your contact, 300-400 contacts there, these are supposed to be your friends. When was the last time you called some of them? Can you remember their names? Or you just have a number here? Even your number, your own number you cannot remember. Your wife's number you may not be able to remember because what you have is wifey or wife or whatever there. Press a button, boom, you know we call it. But to remember the number you can't remember it. So our friendship listings and our contacts and our knowledge of people, plentiful. Loyalty, devotion, concerns, reality check. How many are true? Reality check number 7. You can go to Wahidilima, to some of these pottery, jewelry store and what have you, and some of these expensive places as well, and look for something called a Rolex. In my time it was Timex. Timex was the brand name. Today you have Rolex and G-Shock and I don't know whatever else it is. Very expensive, very luxurious, very famous brand name. All of them telling the same thing. The time. Right? But when you come to your time, I have no time. We clean the masjid this weekend. We're getting ready for Ramadan. I have no time, but I'm busy. We're doing a little painting in the masjid. I have no time. I'm busy. We have a lecture in the masjid. We have a class starting here. Learn your deen. Learn how to pray. Madrasa every Saturday. Come learn the Quran. Learn the Book of Allah. I have no time, boy. What are you busy doing? What are you busy doing? Scrolling. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Right? That is the activity. Everybody on TikTok. So why do you sit down wasting your time instead of using it wisely to contribute to the development of the community, to the masjid, to the jama'ah of yourself, preparing for your time in the hereafter? You're wasting your time, hours going by, salah time going by, everything. TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok. This is a reality check of the advancement that we have made today. And in the past, like I said before, our houses were made with dirt or wood, and our hearts were made of gold. Today our houses are made of gold and ceramic and emerald and whatever, but our hearts are made of stone. The love for Allah and for the believer is not there. Some of our houses, the washrooms in it, if the Syrian refugees get it, they will live in there comfortable for the rest of their life, feel like they were in paradise on earth. The quality of our houses, spanking new appliances, furnishing wall-to-wall carpets. Not that anything is bad with these things, but just the reality check. Our houses are made of gold and our hearts are made of stone. The true Muslim only enjoys and is happy when he shares with the believers, with his believing men, his believing women, his believing brothers and sisters, as was demonstrated by the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahabas. Whenever a guest comes over, he holds them and he's honored. In the time of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it was known as Zaratan al-Barakah, the barakah of the guest. We honor our guests. Long ago, when someone visited, they came over, whether they came in a mule cart or whether they came in a bicycle or they walked, they were not going back until they ate. They might spend the night at their home and the next day they leave. Today, if someone visits us, tell them I'm not at home. Send his son or daughter, I'm not at home. Daddy say not at home. Right? That is the reality today. We don't want visitors. We don't want nobody come and visit us. We don't want nobody come into our nice homes and sit on our nice carpets or sit on our nice cushions or share our meals. No. But that is contrary to the thinking of the believer. The believer's heart that is made of gold wants to share what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed him with. He's glad to receive his guest because he knows that Allah has sent that guest there to honor him and to give him rewards and to bless him. So he is pleased to receive his guest. Keep him there. That's why in Islam we are told that the visitor, the neighbor, or your guest is someone that you keep your honor for 3 days. He has rights over you. So if he's traveling, you honor him at least for 3 days in your home, providing everything you have to do without. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with so much today, but we are stingy, we are miserly, our hearts are made of stone. Allah has blessed us with maximum amount of wealth, maximum amount of time, maximum amount of knowledge, yet still we have no hospitality in ourselves. Yet still we do not honor our guests. Yet still we do not honor our neighbor. If the guest comes over, we share a meal, we chill out, we take a bite, we talk about Allah, we talk about the deen, we talk about the hadith, we talk about the seerah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember Allah and the Rasul. This is what it's supposed to be. This is what the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the Sahabas did. They visit each other, remind each other about the hereafter, remind each other about the duty to Allah. This is what your guests do. He didn't come to just to sit down and eat the food. He came there to teach and remind you. Reality check number 9. Our salah has become a cosmetic. Our salah is just a fix. We are all famous sharpshooters now. We run in, but I'm done. Run out. Salah means nothing to us now. We just, for those of us who observe our salah, it's just our duties are boom. Let me get it out of the way. Let me get this salah out of the way. The World Cup going on, the movie going on, I have some yard work to do, I have the car to wash, I have the dog to feed, I have the garden to see about. Something, we always have something to do, so let me get this salah out of the way if we are conscious about praying. But the quality of our salah is lacking. There is no sincerity in our salah. The Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the believers, they saw coolness of the eyes in the salah. When they stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pray, salah meant something. They looked forward to the time to pray. When they heard the adhan, and we all know what the adhan says, it begins with Allah Akbar. What does that mean to us? What does the phrase Allahu Akbar means to us? When we speak about Akbar, superlative, what does we mean when we say Allahu Akbar? Do we understand what it means? Allah is the greatest. Allah is greater than the television show. Allah is greater than the span I'm going to pull on the engine. Allah is greater than the pot that we're cooking. Allah is greater than the grass that we're eating. Allah is greater than the conversation we have on the phone. Allah is greater than a TikTok message. Allah is greater than our business. This is what Allah Akbar means. Allah is the greatest. It is greater than everything we're doing. That's why the Sahabas, when they heard the Adhan, they would drop everything, drop business, everything drop, and they reached the masjid for the Salah. And when they stood in the Salah, they knew that they were communicating with Allah, the Creator, the nourisher, the sustainer, the one who provided them with everything that they have. So they communicated with Allah with sincerity, not to rush in and rush out and back to work. So my dear brothers and sisters, these are reality checks that I want to leave with you. As we move into the year 2023, as we leave this year, the solar year, and move into, these are a few points I want to leave. I don't want to take up much more time. I could have gone on a bit, but I could stop here with these few reality checks. And let us ponder on these checks, inshallah. I put up all the hands and stuff for that. First, اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. Before closing, let me just remind of a couple of things with respect to our Jamaat. I want to express our heartfelt gratitude and thanks. Those brothers and sisters joined us last Monday for our meeting and planning the progress of our Jamaat for the next year. Before you leave, each one of you who has a household, I have left some copies, hard copies of the plan or scheme for the year 2023, which we will be guided by in terms of our activities in the year 2023. Please make sure you take a copy at home, book the dates. These are the plans we have in terms of moving our Jamaat forward. Next weekend, inshallah, from the 7th, we resume our classes at the masjid here, the madrasa, on Saturdays, the HIFs and the sisters class as well on Saturdays from Asr till Maghrib. The madrasa will be from Maghrib until Isha, and our physical classes, Arabic with Sheikh Iqbal, will continue on Sundays and Wednesdays, and our online Arabic class on Tuesdays with Brother Aslam. We hope to institute some other classes as we progress, inshallah, and we hope that 2023 will help us and afford us the opportunity to probably host some more other activities such as hikes and reinstitute the street football that we have in National along with other lectures and classes and programs. So we look forward to you joining us as we chart the way forward, inshallah. So in terms of succession, we hope that some of our younger youths will step up to the plate and take charge of their khutbas, their classes and so on as we move forward. Also, to remind you that the Jamaat is not four walls, it is not the Imam, it is not the Mu'adhin. The Jamaat is all of us. We are the figures, and we remind ourselves that our eventual meeting is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created us and placed us here for a purpose, to serve Him. And remember the few pointers I made in the Khutba, the few takeaways, the few realities, the few checkpoints, the reality checks. Let us check of our heart. Istafti qalbak. This is a phrase of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Check your heart. Check your heart before it's checked on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Check your heart and see whether it's made of stone whether it's made of clay, whether it's made of gold. Check it and see whether it's a qalbun salim, a sound heart that is ready to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if it's not, let us put checks and balances in place to help us produce a qalbun salim to meet our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the future. And we can only do that by learning our deen and practicing our deen. Getting involved in your Jamaat, get involved in a class in which you can learn about your deen. If you do not know how to pray, then step up and learn how to pray. We have classes in the masjid here that we are willing to help and learn and teach you how to pray. If you do not know to recite the book of Allah, then resolve as we come to the end of the year, make some resolutions that will be productive, that will be objective, that will be measurable. You can tell yourself, we have roughly 3 months away to Ramadan. Let's set some short goal. By Ramadan, I want to be able to perform my salah. By Ramadan, I want to be able to read the Quran, or at least begin to read the Quran. If we know how to read the Quran, by Ramadan, let me read one of the books of Hadith, one of the books of Seerah of the life of the Prophet. Let me learn about the Prophet, the best of example. Let me learn about Allah. To set some short-term goals. If we are not in the habit of giving sadaqah, remember that Allah Rasul has told us that sadaqah burns up bad deeds just as fire burns up wood. So you want your bad deeds, and all of us have bad deeds. All of us make mistakes. I don't think there are any one of us here who are perfect. We all do something wrong. We need to make istighfar and give some sadaqah in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say we'll eat up our bad deeds before we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with wealth. Use it for the pleasure of Allah to develop and to better your hereafter. Settle your accounts in the hereafter good. You have done made Hajj, it's a good time, make intention to make Hajj. You have done made Umrah, you made Hajj and you want to make a Umrah, go and make a Umrah. Help somebody make a Umrah, help somebody make a Hajj. You know, the Jamaat need funds. We need to repair the car park, to be able to host our footballs and games. Give some sadaqah, donate to the boxes and so on, inshallah. Right. إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم وأقيموا الصلاة. Shoulder to shoulder, elbow to ankle. Those of you who wish to desire this will maintain